thought you'd never wake up. How have you been? Well, I mean, you know, in general. You're finally awake. You're finally awake. You were out for a long time. You were out for a really long time. Did you know that? I basically saved your life, after all. How am I? Well, you know, doing okay. Got a reasonable stock of canned goods still. Probably enough ammo to last us through the month. How are you feeling? You took a pretty hard fall. How's your head? How are your teeth? What's that behind you? Oh, you know, basic survival gear. Guns, food, pots and pans. This area is pretty safe after all, but you still have to keep your weapons on you just in case. How long was the coma? It's been weeks. I didn't think you'd make it, to be honest. I didn't think you'd make it. Yeah. Creature is here. Where? Don't scare me like that. Jeez. Well, this is where I've been hiding out anyway, for a while. It's honestly kind of nice to have company, although you were better when you didn't talk, so. Yeah. But I'm doing okay. You know, still alive. That's what matters. You're not going to eat us? What, me? I wouldn't eat you. Yet. Just kidding. That was just a joke. That was just a joke. I wouldn't eat you. Probably. I wouldn't eat you. I wouldn't eat you. I mean, that's what distinguishes them from us, if you know what I mean. We've got plenty of canned food for now, some MREs. I think we'll be okay. Should I show you around my hideout? Where's your wallet? I mean, I haven't taken anything off you, so if it's not on you, maybe it got lost in the fight. Not sure. What's the knife for? Self-defense. Obviously. What, you don't think I'd use it on you, do you? Yeah. I mean, nothing's really been the same since everybody escaped from the facility, you know? It's been a really hard month without you here to help out. Let's see. Got some old beds around. Some cans, just in case anybody or anything tries to sneak through. I couldn't repair the window on my own. Plus, we need an escape route, if you know what I mean. This area's been pretty safe, though. I haven't seen anything in a while, at least. We should probably wait for a little, though. You made a little bit of noise as you were waking up. I wouldn't want to encourage any investigation. You know how it is. If we head this way, and underneath this gurney I set up as a barricade, we could go downstairs. There's a tripwire or two. Just in case, you know. I don't usually hang out down here. It seems a little less defensible, if you know what I mean. But overall, it's been pretty peaceful ever since well, you know, ever since the incident. Full beds with frames and stuff? I know, right? Honestly, it's pretty comfortable as far as hideouts go. Could be a lot worse. That's what I'm saying. You found your wallet? Yo, thanks for the soup, Arch. You get us through another month of food. It's really cool how in the post-apocalyptic area that we're in, you know, cell phone service just really, it's been really spotty. They're doing their best to keep up everything, but there's only so much they can do, you know? There's really only so much they can do. But I'm glad that I've been able to stream so far. You know? You know a bit about radios? I don't know anything about radios. I feel like it's been pretty lucky so far that I've had connection, honestly. What happened to everyone else? I don't know, that's a funny question. I don't know, everybody just, well, you know. They didn't seem to want to stay anymore. It got dangerous, sure, but something about the area just seems to scare them off. It wasn't me, though. I wasn't a deciding factor. I promise. What are we hiding from? Oh, we're not hiding. It's relatively safe here. I've been taking my daily walks and enjoying, well, not exactly sunshine, but, you know, saying hi to passing travelers, inviting them in for a bite to eat. To be honest, I'm surprised that you were even in the area. This place, well, you know, I'd say that the immediate area is pretty safe. The surrounding parts of the city, they've gotten pretty dangerous, you know? They've gotten pretty dangerous. How'd you get here anyway? What were you doing in my neck of the woods? What were you even up to? Who could ever be scared of Shiro? Yeah, nobody's scared of me. Nobody is scared of me. That's crazy. That's crazy. I definitely did heard some rumors, though. I heard some rumors. I had some rumors of... Well, I heard some rumors of some sort of ghostly creature. But they had to be exaggerated, because they were all like, oh, there's this creature that feasts on blood in the night, performs dental extractions. And there is the facility in the area, and that was sure to cause, you know, that was sure to cause rumors. I feel like the facility being close by, there were definitely some, well, probably not so above board. Probably not so above board experiments ongoing at the facility in recent years. But ever since it closed down, it's been perfectly safe here. It's been perfectly safe. She sounds cute. What, a ghostly creature? Well, I'm cute. I guess you could maybe qualify me as a ghostly creature, but I don't suck blood. That's silly. They probably saw me and thought that, I don't know, they probably just made up some stuff on their own. You know how people can be. They see things they don't understand, and they just end up going a little bit crazy. But you know how it is. You know how it is. Does this creature like to collect human teeth? I've heard that there are creatures that like to collect human teeth, but I've never seen any. Not in this area, at least. That's gotta just be a silly rumor, I think. But I don't know how that rumor came to be honest. I've never really heard of anybody who does that, or any creatures that do that either. This is the old bus stop. You've probably been here before, right? I mean, I was assuming this is like where you came into town. I don't know though. How'd you get here again? The sound of the Geiger counter going off gives me flashbacks to Fallout 3. Oh yeah, well that makes sense, I guess. You know, that might contribute to some of the anomalies, you know, that have happened in the area. It's definitely been, well, you know, it's been pretty empty recently, but there used to be some strange and interesting animals that would walk around. You know, chickens with 2 heads, Gregs with no legs, that sort of thing. It's hazy. Oh, how you got here? You don't quite remember? That's okay. I'm sure it'll come to you with time. And I've heard of a technique called percussive maintenance. We should try it out sometime. The cleverness of those scared humans, I know. They just make stuff up. They're just making stuff up, though. I mean, I'd say the most dangerous thing you could find around here is the occasional coyote. Nothing really all that scary. They're more scared of you than you are of them, to be honest. A creature melting from radiation sickness? Oh, that's true. That could definitely inspire some rumors. I could see that happening. But no, I feel like it's pretty safe here overall. I haven't seen any creatures recently, anything all that scary, you know. You know, it's been pretty normal. Nothing wild going on. This is the Ferris wheel. It hasn't been in operation recently, but you can get in and pretend. Which is fun too. It's not really the same ever since the facility, you know, well, the incident. There's even a park in there. Well, yeah, you know. The facility used to have a lot of kids in it. Had to keep them entertained somehow. It's been a long time since then, though. I was walking at night, there was this girl in a distance, and now I'm here. Wow, that sounds kind of scary. I wonder what that could mean. I feel safe. It's dark out. A cat girl with blood red eyes comes up to me with a ketchup-stained knife. Well, you know, I think that seems like a perfectly safe interaction to be having. Oh, and here's the old food court. You've been in here, I bet. Well, maybe you haven't, I guess. You're new to the area. Did you say you're new? Pretty new, I think. Given everything. Yeah. This is where they would serve hamburgers a lot. Wow, it's really dark in here. There we go. They'd serve hamburgers. I don't really know where we were getting the meat, though. You know, I've thought about that recently. I don't know where it was coming from. It seems kind of mysterious now that I'm really giving it some thought because, like, I don't know. We didn't have, like, any farms. I never saw any supply trucks, but... oh, well. I guess you'll never know. It's one of those questions that'll never have an answer. Life's like that sometimes. Shiro become Kuro. No, I'm still Shiro. I'm still the same catwife you know and love. Oh, Chernobyl. No, this is the facility. This is the facility campus. I've never taken you here, I don't think so. I think I took you to a sister facility at one point. Do you remember that? That was pretty fun. Thanks for the sub. Welcome in. Welcome in, Hidden Soul. Wait, welcome in, Suriyaki. Thank you for the gift sub, Hidden Soul. Let's see. This was the apartment complex. Oh yeah! This was the apartment complex I lived in. Do you like it? Honestly, one of the more cozy ones. This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. We haven't had electricity in a long time, though. In a pretty long time, I'd say. Yeah. Oh, here's the bedroom. Pretty nice overall. A big wardrobe. Those windows have been broken forever. Didn't realize we buried an uptown girl. I know, right? Pretty surprising. Here's the bathroom. Don't worry about the stains in the bathtub. They're not important. I had to go hunting, you see. Occasionally. After the incident. I had to go hunting, so... Sometimes, you know... Push comes to shove. Wow, it's so dark up here. There's like no light. We can't go up here without the electricity. It's been too long. The floorboards, you know, some of them could be a little bit dangerous. It's just cleaner to do your, you know, skinning and cleaning of animals that you've hunted in the bathtub. Because they're so big. You know. Wow. Not saying that I've hunted Gregs on purpose, but when push comes to shove and you're hungry, that's just what you've got to do. Sometimes. Hello, I'm new and hope you have a good stream. Thanks! I'm showing off the facility. Have you ever been to the facility before? It's really nice. Well, it used to be nicer. It's still pretty nice. I got rid of all of the... Well, you know, the... extra... What did you call them? Radioactively melting... experiments. That's what the knife's for. They can be a little bit... confrontational. Just a little. This was my sister's room. She lived next door. Yeah. I really liked her place, honestly. She had a really great sense of decor. You can't really tell anymore. It's been a while. Humans are technically animals. Humans are technically animals. I guess that's true. Yeah, but they're not... Well... They're not the best form of... You know... sustenance. It's pretty hard to take down a human. Especially a radioactively poisoned human. There's been a couple here and there, but you're not like that, right? You're not like that, right? You still seem pretty sane. Which is honestly pretty impressive in this neck of the woods. You know, it's, not everybody can handle, well, the radiation, the crushing loneliness, the constant surveillance, the general fear of being killed by some radioactive poisoned experiment. But as I said, it's pretty safe here. You know, I've done a lot of cleaning up of this place. I've really got the streets, you know, pretty well cleared of most dangerous creatures. Most of them, anyway, I'd say. What happened to her? Oh, you've seen her around. You've seen my sister around. We both moved away at one point. Well, after the incident. We had to get out of here. The radiation was just too much, you know? But recently, I just felt like we needed to come back. I don't know, something about the place just seemed to really call to me, you know what I mean? Just for old time's sake, and it's been pretty good so far. Very nostalgic. Very nostalgic. It feels good to be back in my home turf, you know what I mean? It feels pretty good. Feels like home. A little dirtier, a little more radioactivity, but I mean, it really could be worse, right? You really like what I've done with the place? I mean, yeah, I've really cleaned up the looming threat of creatures that might kill you, so I feel like that's honestly a pretty good effort on my part. There's something familiar about this place. Hello? Could it be that you're after closure? Maybe. You know, I don't know. The facility just really always felt kind of terrifying at the time anyway. But coming back to it, I'd say it's not that scary. I'd say it's not that scary. Not anymore. But then again, there's nobody here. Well, there was, but there's not anymore. There's not anymore, though, and I feel like that's honestly maybe better, to be completely honest with you. It's kind of nice when it doesn't have people anymore. Wow, hi, Gonzo Redcorn. Shiro's catwife. It's not the place, it's the company. The company? Do you know of the company that funded the facility? I actually don't know. I've tried to look into it, but it's been a little bit difficult. I couldn't necessarily tell you. They've hidden their tracks pretty well. I think it might have something to do with the government. I mean, you can't just hide all of that kind of financial funding. Right? I feel like you couldn't. But I guess I don't know. There were definitely some standout experiments that were happening. But, you know, everything changed once me and my sister came into the picture. I think it's safe to say we were the only successful experiments at the time. Any place becomes less scary when you or Shiro become the apex predator. Apex predator, that's just silly. I'm not an apex predator. I couldn't hurt a fly. I definitely wouldn't hurt you either. Don't worry. Sister? Sister? Think they were on the list. Walmart? The facility is actually Walmart. Man, that would be quite the... I feel like that would be quite the... I feel like that would be quite the rug pull, to be honest. I would be surprised. I feel like Walmart can't... Well, you know, I almost said Walmart can't be that evil, but... I don't know. Maybe it could be. I wonder if there are more facilities. There was one other facility. But, my sister went in and cleaned it up a while ago. You know, took care of the... Well... Took care of all of the loose ends. You know what I mean? Can't have any witnesses. You know how it is. Am I crazy, or is the Geiger counter getting, like, louder over here? That part of the... that part of the city is still pretty dangerous, so we should probably avoid it. Where the radiation gets worse, the creatures get a little bit more dangerous. Yeah. You wouldn't like to see what's beyond that wall anyway. It'd give you nightmares. And I don't want you to get nightmares. Obviously. I care about that peace of mind. The Geiger counter's going nuts. It's got nothing to do with me. It's that, you know, it's just that area. Closer to the heart of the city. Well, the compound, really, I guess, is maybe a better way to put it. This area is super nostalgic. I remember trying to escape from, well, that building over there a couple times with my sister. She was really cool. Very athletic. You know how cats are, though. You know how cats are. We're just really good at escaping anyway, so. It's getting darker over here. Should we be worried? I feel like the Geiger counter is getting crazy too. But yeah, that's the heart of the facility past this wall here. It's much more dangerous over there because I've really only cleaned up the outskirts so far of the extra experiments that are running wild. Even though I'm more than capable of cleaning up any, you know, any leftover experiments. I wouldn't want to put you in any danger, so I won't bring you out there for now. It'd be too dangerous for somebody without, you know, appropriate gear. Appropriate protective gear, appropriate, well, weapons, you know. I could go outfit you back up at the base, so if you ever did want to take an excursion. I'll bring sweet potatoes. Honestly, that'd be great. We definitely are running low on food. Honestly, pretty lucky that you've been out for a couple weeks. You're probably pretty hungry. Because I don't have a lot to eat anymore. You didn't happen to bring any food, did you? Our rations are pretty, well, pretty thin. Not that you had to bring food, of course, but, you know, it would have been pretty helpful. It would have been pretty helpful if you had thought ahead. I'm not really sure how we're gonna feed you, honestly. Do you have any relevant, you know, survival skills, perhaps? Maybe do you know how to hunt? How many run-ins have you had with irradiated creatures, such as, you know, maybe terrifying 6-foot-tall, bald experiments? How many have you had run-ins with so far? And do you think you'd be capable of taking one on now? What do you think? Let's see. I've got a little bit more ammo. A couple more weapons. These are all of the rations I have left, so maybe enough for a couple more days if we really stretch it, possibly. We could make homegrown meat. That's a good point. Maybe we could look for food closer to home instead of hunting for it. What do you think? I mean, a lot of experiments do have the ability to, like, regrow their limbs and stuff. That's true. Maybe we could keep a couple and... free food? Wild people can't be all that bad. Uranium mass calories? If you want to increase your radiation poisoning, maybe. Maybe. You got some beef jerky? Okay. Well, You don't happen to have any spare teeth, do you? You don't happen to have any spare teeth, do you? You know, I was just thinking, actually, before you woke up about how long it's been since I've had any teeth. It's been a long time. You didn't happen to bring any with you, did you? Wait a minute. I can give you hamburger helper? I mean, that sounds pretty good, but I don't know, I've just had a bit of a craving recently. I've just had a bit of a craving recently that I was just thinking. I was just thinking about how nice some delicious, juicy teeth would be right about now. You know, something that they used to feed me at the facility was human teeth. But I think that's pretty normal, right? That's a rather normal snack to have. I'd give you teeth? Really? You'd give me teeth? You'd give me teeth? Can I have some now? Can I... You wouldn't mind giving me some teeth now, would you? Where are they? The spare teeth went away with the radiation poisoning? You can have mine. My teeth are not tasty. I think you should let me be the judge of that. I think you should let me be the judge of that. Have you ever tried your teeth? I bet you've never even tried it. Have you? Heart candies? No. Can I say that? Only if you give me some teeth to eat. Do you happen to have some spare teeth? I'll consider saying that for you, but only if you give me some teeth first. You see, the more that I look at you, the more that I realize I think you've got, like, basically a full mouth of delicious, juicy teeth. And I'm just saying, you probably don't need all of those teeth. Right? You probably don't even need all of those. I think you could spare one or two. You could have mine. Teeth and one healthy tongue. I'll skip the tongue. I'll go right for the molars. Just one molar. What do you think? One or two? Why does she have a knife? Self-defense! Self-defense. You know, it gets dangerous out here. There's, lots of creatures that, you know, they pose a threat. Sometimes. But don't worry, I'll protect you. But I've just really been concerned about, you know, our ration situation. I feel like if you donated a couple of teeth to me, then you could have the other rations and we'd both be fed for, you know, the next month or so. Thou shalt not have my teethies. You don't want me to have your teeth? You want me to starve? You come into my house, into my city, and you want me to starve? You don't even come with rations. What do you mean? You need them? Okay, well, you might think you need... You don't need all of them. I feel like you don't need all of your teeth. You could spare a couple. You only need one canine tooth, definitely. Definitely you only need one canine tooth. I think you could spare at least that much. I mean, I'm working hard to protect you. For the last 2 weeks, you've been in a coma. That I didn't induce, by the way. Oh, so you hate me? Well, you're trying to tell me that you want me to starve while you feast on food that I've gotten hard-won. You can't even spare a couple teeth for me? Come on. Come on. I protected you for the last 2 weeks. I worked hard. I risked my life. It's the least you could do. Cool Smiles took my wisdom teeth. Well, next time I get cell phone reception, I'll be calling them up. How about a chicken tooth instead? Chickens don't have teeth. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Chickens don't have teeth. And also, if you have a chicken tooth, where's the chicken? You could have brought that with you. But you didn't. But you didn't? I think you could spare 1 or 2 teeth. I think you could spare just a handful. I mean, I only need like 1 a week. How many teeth do you have? Like, you have like 32 or something like that? 1 a week is not that bad. I mean, that'd give us a full month minimum. Won't even notice they're gone. See? That's a sign. That's a sign that you should let me have those teeth, actually. You know, if you're having toothaches of any kind, I can definitely help with that. That's a trustworthy cat husband right there. Chicken teeth are delicious, especially when fried. I think you're lying to me. This is a big question. Can I eat it? Egg tooth. What's an egg tooth? Teeth aren't very nutritious. Well, they're not nutritious for humans, maybe. Maybe they're not nutritious for humans. I'm not a human. You don't know anything about catwife dietary needs, do you? Do you? Some opossum teeth? It's not the same. It's just not the same. You can't substitute human teeth with other animals. These are just not the same, okay? They're not the same thing. It's not as filling. It's not as delicious. They're simply not the same thing. You can't feed a catwife opossum and chicken teeth. Catwives have to be fed on a strict diet. 1 human tooth a week. Minimum. I was looking to make a dentist appointment. Really? Really? You wouldn't happen to be interested in catwife dentistry, would you? It comes at a very low cost. It comes at a very low cost. The only problem is I don't have any anesthesia, so that's the only issue. But I really feel like that's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? Like, it could be worse. Whoa. I really feel like it could be worse. You're all the anesthesia I need. Grave robbing? Okay, listen. I'll take grave robbed teeth. I don't know if there's like another word for that. But it's really imperative that at least once a week I get a fresh tooth. Now, it's really not the same. The flavor profile is just really not there when they're partially decayed. It's gotta be fresh. It's better when it's been a reasonable time frame since it's been enervated. You know what I mean? Believe the term is a recycled food. I understand that maybe, you know, maybe you, like, would be interested in substitution. I get that. I get that you might be interested in substitution. But, like, it's really not the same. No matter what you say. It just doesn't taste right. It's not the same flavor really at all, you know. I mean, I guess, like, I really feel like the value, like the, what is it? Like the nutritional value is not the same either. It just really doesn't work how I think it should. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that if you're going to, donate a tooth, it just needs to be fresh, you know? And that also shows a level of devotion that I think is important. I think it's important to be, like, you know, I think it's important to be dedicated. I think it's important to be dedicated. Wow, a hydration break. Sure. We could go for a hydration break. I guess. Let's see, what have we got in the... In ye old... Wow, where's my foot? There it is. In ye old refrigerator. Just kidding, we don't have electricity. Does eating teeth like eating popcorn? Yeah. Yeah. Well, more like Gushers. Except crunchy. It's more like Gushers, except they're crunchy. It's pretty delicious. Have you ever tried? You've never tried eating teeth before? Well, I guess maybe, you know, it could just be a cat thing. It could just be a cat thing, I guess. It's like never frozen fish versus frozen fish. Exactly. Why do I have a knife? Self-defense, obviously. It's pretty dangerous in here. Well, it's more like it's dangerous out there. But don't worry, again, I'll protect you. Gotta be careful with that delicious teeth that you really should consider giving me. You gotta take me out to dinner first? Hey, I nursed you back to health after 2 weeks while you were in a coma. Don't you think that's pretty good? Don't you think that's reasonable? I protected you from wild beasts. I think that qualifies me as someone worthy of, you know, a little teeth. I mean, okay. Okay. If you don't want to give me your teeth, how about this? How about a couple fingernails? How about a couple of fingernails? Listen, of course I woke you up. Well, you woke up on your own. But I didn't take your teeth, and I feel like that actually really... You should give me some props for that. I didn't even take your teeth. I thought about it. Sure, maybe. Maybe. Maybe I thought about it. You can't... Okay, you can't punish a cat girl for thought crime. But I waited. To get consent. Don't worry, guys. Teeth grow back. They especially grow back in... You know, this area. Thanks for the 5 teeth. Catwife deserves teeth 2026. I just think maybe. Maybe. Maybe I deserve, you know, some teeth here and there. Just a little bit. For all the hard work I put in. The fact that I didn't take them prematurely and waiting for your consent. Well, you know. Waiting for you to donate some teeth to a good cause. Hi, it's Big Dog 2011. How are you? I'm good. I'm just hungry. I'm just a little hungry. I'm just a little hungry. You could fix that, you know. You could fix that, you know, if you were kind and generous. if you were the kind of good cat husband that a cat wife needs, you know, I just feel like, honestly, it's pretty selfish, given how many teeth you have, to not spare me even one. Not even one. Don't eat teeth? No. Listen. Teeth are a very important part of any good cat wife's diet. It's a very they used to feed me teeth exclusively when I lived at the facility. So your ideal day would be eating teeth in an abandoned mansion? Wow, maybe. If you put it that way, it sounds silly, but like, you know, the ambiance just can't be matched. Johnny Dice Star, thanks for the 5 gifted teeth. Thanks for those 5 gifted. Welcome in, new teeth donors. Consider donating at least 1 tooth. If each one of you gives me just 1 tooth a day, I'll never go hungry. And I feel like that's a pretty reasonable request. I mean, I saved your life. I saved your life, didn't I? It's pretty good, I don't know. For the cost of 1 tooth a day, you can keep cat wife alive. I have some fish. Fish are delicious, I love them. But they don't have the nutritional value for a good cat wife that teeth have. Fish are great. I love fish. Fish are friends. And they can be food too. Of course. 1 tooth a day? Do they have to be mine? No. They don't have to be yours. But they do have to be fresh. Alex, thank you for the 5 gifted teeth donors. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in, new members. Please enjoy your weekly membership content and consider donating a couple teeth for the good of your adorable cat wife who just needs a few. Just a few. And if you don't want to donate teeth, I will take fingernails. Those definitely have to be fresh, okay? Those ones, they have to be immediate. There can be no holding period between extraction and digestion for fingernails. You have plenty of fresh fish. Well, I'll take some fish, but I really think you should consider giving me some of your teeth. Yeah. I'll keep mine in a glass of milk. It's not the same. It's not the same. What the fuck, ink? Welcome into the Cool Cats. Thanks for becoming a member. Would you consider donating a tooth? Or 2? What? Teeth. That's what. I mean, listen, I saved your life, kept you alive for the last 2 weeks. I didn't even remove any of your limbs. I didn't put you in the Greg prison. I didn't drink any of your blood. And I didn't extract any of your teeth. I think the bare minimum would be to graciously, consentingly donate at least 1, maybe 2. You know? I mean, what more could you want? What more could you want? You stumble into this extremely dangerous area. Not like you were lured in or anything. You came in all on your own. And you're trying to tell me that after everything I did for you, you won't even give me 1 tooth. Not even 1. I can't believe this. What about toenails? They're not the same. Listen, I thought you guys would know this by now. I thought these were pretty well-known facts about cat life nutrition. okay? Catwife diet and nutrition. But when you are feeding a catwife, you have to be careful, okay? Catwives can of course exist off of normal, delicious human food, but go long enough without teeth, toenails, or blood, and they start to just waste away. You know, I'll lose my youthful glow. Who knows what'll happen after that? It's definitely an integral part of catwife diet and nutrition. Fresh human teeth, fresh human fingernails. I don't want anything to do with your toenails, okay? That's not my business. It's been a while since I took Catwife 101. Okay, here's the lesson. Integral parts of catwife husbandry. I did promise. Thank you for the soup. Thank you. All right. Catwife husbandry 101. Let me give you the walkthrough. Okay. Catwives have a limited lifespan. They can only exist for so long without being fed collagen-rich materials. Okay, as an experimental subject, which you may not have known, but catwives are actually experimental test subjects that were created at the facility, okay? Now, this is important to remember. There are only 2 successful catwife subjects ever. That'd be me and my sister, okay? Some catwife history for those of you that maybe missed the initial lesson. Some catwife history for you. Only 2 successful experiments. Only 2. But the problem is that you have to feed catwives collagen-rich materials. And it can't just be any collagen. It can't be a collagen substitute either. It can't be a collagen substitute. It has to be real human collagen, and it has to be fresh. You don't want those molecules breaking down, you know? You don't want those molecules breaking down. Seriously? Seriously. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I didn't choose to get born into this world, okay? They're the ones who made me like this. Take it up with them. Well, you can't because they're dead, so, you know. You can't really take it up with them. But, you know, that's really not my fault. I didn't make it happen that way. Go complain to their graves, I guess. Still learning all the rules. Okay, yes. Fine. That's fair. You don't know some of these basics. That's reasonable. I am the first catwife you've ever had. That's true. That's reasonable. It's a good point. I mean, me and my sister are the only 2 successful experiments, so... I guess it makes sense. I guess another good fact to know is that catwives are born with an innate drive to collect Gregs. It's important. It's important to us. You know? I'm not really sure why, I guess. I've never questioned it myself. Something just instinctual about it, you know what I mean? There's something innate within every catwife that just makes her need to collect Gregs. Yeah. But don't worry. You're not eligible for becoming a Greg yet. But I do think it's important for you to understand catwives really do need fresh collagen. Catwife marriage, you just do it. Yeah. I mean, catwife marriage is just... That's just how it is. I mean, you wouldn't call them catwives if they weren't specifically made for marriage. You know what I mean? It's important that we follow protocol. Gregs? Oh yeah, Gregs. You've seen Gregs. You've seen the Gregs, right? I've shown you the Gregs before. You need to collect Gregs? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Oh, not that kind of Greg. But don't worry. The Gregdom is the final stage of cat husbandry. Yeah. Not that you should be worried. Being a Greg is a great honor. Being a Greg is a great honor. Yeah. The Gregs are really the backbone of this community. You know how it is. They really contribute so much to the cat husband experience. The souls of the Gregs really, they keep me going, you know? They're really what keep me going every day. How much cologne do you need? Cologne? I don't need cologne, I need teeth. I need teeth. Specifically human teeth. That's the one thing. I think I said this, but catwives can't digest any other form of collagen. It's gotta be human teeth or fingernails. Yeah. You know, there are other ways to get necessary nutrients for a catwife. Here and there, you know. The Gregs help with that. They really do. The Gregs do help with that. But it's not enough. So, that's why it's important for every good cat husband to make their daily donation of teeth to their catwives. Does it need to be fresh? They do need to be fresh. They have to be fresh, yeah. It's not the same otherwise. The collagen starts to degrade very quickly, so the teeth really should be fresh if possible. Fingernails have to be fresh. The extraction to digestion endpoint must be met very quickly. It has to be met very quickly. You can't dilly-dally in between the two points in time. Like photosynthesis? Regs? It's a very specific diet. It's a very specific diet. If you don't feed your catwives the appropriate amount of human teeth and fingernails, or just human teeth, really, the fingernails are supplementary. Really only if you can't get enough teeth. They start to go a little crazy. But don't worry, I'm perfectly sane. I'm perfectly sane though, so I've been making do. I just noticed that, you know, things have been a little bit strained since I moved back out here. But I just really felt called to come back. You know, tie up any loose ends. Experience where I used to live on the facility campus. One of these times I should take you to the clinic again. That was so great. I really had a good time. Like a bone vampire. Almighty dragon, thank you for the teeth. 100 teeth? That's so kind and generous of you. I hope they're all fresh, though. Thank you. That should do for now, I guess. I suppose I can get off your back, but like, really, a couple teeth here and there. I feel like it's pretty reasonable ask. Don't you agree? I mean, if you don't have any more teeth, the next natural and logical step is to become a Greg, which I think we could make happen if you'd like. If you'd like to become a Greg, if you don't have any more teeth, if you really can't afford to donate any teeth, let's say you're out of them and you can't find any, and there's nobody willing to, you know, lend you one, for example, we could always process your application and accelerate it to Gregdom. That's where my brain cells hide. You still have your wisdom teeth? I can help you with that. Do they have to be our teeth specifically? No. Any teeth is fine as long as they're fresh. They don't have to be yours necessarily. What if you have like really, really, really dense fingernails? Well, they'll work okay in a pinch, but teeth are really where it's at. Nothing really compares to the delicious, juicy crunch of a tooth as you eat them. Maybe that's just the normal instinctual desire for those collagen-rich teeth, but, you know, the way that they crunch and the delicious... You know, it's just the mouthfeel. It's the delicious mouthfeel. You know what I mean? It's just nothing's the same. I mean, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know kind of something like that. Like, there's really nothing that can compare to, like, for example, a great steak, right? That perfect bite. That specific chewy texture of, like, a really good steak. Imagine that, but it's teeth. There's a crunch, a little bit of a pop. Juicy on the inside. The nerves have a very specific, delicious texture. Nothing compares. Can we donate bones too? Well, bones are really the next level. Am I hearing a Geiger counter? Yeah, it's, well, you know. The facility... I guess I better tell you. I guess I better explain. Okay, well, listen. Here's what happened. This was a long time ago, so my memory's a little bit fuzzy. But, you know, me and my sister, we grew up at the facility. We were experiments. Very successful experiments. Intelligent, adorable, beautiful, wise, athletic, cute. Did I say cute? Very cute. Fluffy. We're really the perfect encapsulation of a marriageable cat, right? We were designed to be catwives, to fulfill every man's dream. Well, that was what we were supposed to do anyway, so, you know. That's kind of gone out the window since then. Since we were the only ones that were successful, they tried a lot. They tried a lot to make other experiments, but they never really turned out right. You know, it's one of those things, it's hard to duplicate, it's hard to replicate this level of success. But, you know, well, I think they maybe didn't really bet on the fact that we would be so intelligent. You know how it is. I think it's just one of those things where, you know, you can't keep an extremely powerful, athletic, adorable, perfect cat life behind the bars of a facility. And there was an accident. You know, one of the doctors, he got into some trouble during one of the testing days. He just got into some trouble. It's a little blurry. But after that, security really got tightened. It was just, you know, the campus was losing security guards left and right, and doctors were going missing. The other experiments were failing. So the government decided to defund the facilities. But that meant that me and my sister, you know, we weren't really needed. Because we were the only ones successful, they decided, well, can't do much with these. So we decided to escape, because clearly we couldn't just, you know, we couldn't just go out without trying at least. We were pretty successful. But, I guess, like, the government classified us as, like, a international threat or something. That's pretty crazy, but, we escaped just in time before the bomb dropped. Ever since then, it's been pretty radiation heavy in the general area. But, I just felt called back for some reason. And, you know, me and my sister, we were already immune to radiation poisoning. So, it's not that big of a deal for us. Yeah. But I decided to come back, you know, tie up some loose ends. And after that, my sister, I think I told you, she went to the other facility. that was getting defunded as well. She just cleaned up all the loose ends, you know. Removed any extra potentials for witnesses that may have known about the catwife production experiment. But we already went there. We checked up on that. Wow, it was over a year ago, right? Where's your sister? She's at home. We're at her home. We don't live together. What happened to the failed experiments? I've been advised not to comment on them. Do you need therapy? I'm in therapy. Recently, I've been working on learning to ask for help from other people. Yeah. Like my sister. She's so helpful. She's so helpful like that. Yeah. About finding catwives tragically needed to find jobs. Yeah. Well, I mean, right now I'm on vacation. In order to come back and, you know, experience my hometown and the facility campus. But everybody knows I work in an office as my day job. But, I have to be careful there, you know. To be careful there. It's important that I hide my catwife status, so I always wear hats to hide my ears. Is the other facility bigger or smaller? I feel like it's smaller. Let's see. I only visited the one time to show you guys. I showed you guys the failed experiments. Some of them still pop up every now and then, although my sister did take care of most of them. At least at the time, you know. It's pretty dangerous, though. I don't know if I want to bring you back. They're not exactly friendly. Failed experiments generally go a little bit crazy. But us successful experiments are perfectly sane and very, very safe, so don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. It can't be that hard to make cat girls. I don't know, talk to Elon Musk. He tried and failed. That guy's a hack, honestly. Trying to say that he could replicate the genius that created me and my sister? That's crazy. Decades of research went into me, okay? As I said, charismatic, beautiful, athletic, adorable, homely, housewifely, great at cooking, wonderful at project management, a singer, a dancer, a multi-talent. You can't get this through just like any research, okay? And an idol to boot. You think just anybody could make a catwife? Come on. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Takes more than just money, okay? You gotta have scientists in on this. You gotta have real research, actual funding. Your teeth-pulling dogs belong to our teeth, not to nobody who says Jiminy Christmas. Tempting, but true. I can only take the teeth of cat husbands. That's the way it works, okay? It's important. I think it's something to do with the genetic programming, but they did make sure that only cat husbands would be, I don't want to say at risk. Maybe privileged to be asked for the donation of their delicious teeth. Catwife was hard to replicate. Pretty unique, I'd say. Failed experiments, furries. No, that's a whole other side of the internet, okay? I don't... not the same. Not the same. Spooky catwife this time? That's cool. Yeah. What? Well, I guess you could call this a little spooky. We are close to the facility after all. As I said, people make up a lot of rumors, but really, it's relatively safe, especially on the outskirts like here. Now, when we get into Now when we get into the infirmary or, you know, the facility. If we get into like the facility or like testing areas, it's a little more dangerous, but nothing crazy. Nothing all that bad. You grow so pretty in the dark. That's just the lighting in here. Don't worry. It's, we just gotta get closer to the window, you know? It's just that it can be a little more dangerous standing next to the windows like this. You never know who or what could see you. You know? It does make it more complicated to get teeth, but, you know, it is important that cat wives don't go rogue. Which has been a problem, you know? It's definitely been a problem. It's one of those things where you've got to be careful when it comes to... And I mean, I think that that's one of the reasons that... Really, that's one of the reasons that cat wives... There's only so many successful cat wives. It's because, well, there's a lot of room for error, if that makes sense. There's a lot of room for error. There's a certain amount of... Well, I'd say... What? Relatively normal bloodlust that comes from being part cat. I mean, cats are predators after all. Carnivorous predators, to be exact. Like, you know, I think it's just natural for most cats to want to, you know, hunt. Play with their prey. You gotta keep those feline instincts sharp. So, it's important that when you're kind of, you know, creating a cat wife or, in general, any sort of cat-human hybrid, that you put restraints on the more feral natures that some may have. It's important, you know what I mean? You get it. You get it. I think, like, it's really a net positive to ensure that cat wives are, well, restrained. To an extent. I'm not saying I would ever go rogue, but also I recognize the importance of that genetic programming to make sure that I only ask for teeth from the cat husbands. I just think that's really a good thing, a benefit to humanity and cat wives also. Not saying that, and by that I mean I could see more cat wives in the future. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I could see them becoming maybe more prolific as time goes on. Possibly. But as the only experiment so far that's been successful, I don't know, I think that at least for me and my sister, it's a net positive. Do you hate water too? No, I love water. I love the ocean specifically. I like fish. Yeah. So is that why the Geiger counter is going up? Oh, the Geiger counter is going up. You might have missed it. I explained earlier. There were some incidents at the facility, and the government decided to defund it, and they dropped a bomb. And me and my sister escaped, though, so... You know, they probably don't know that we escaped. But that's also a net positive for cat wives, to be honest. That's probably good, too. I mean... I realized that they probably just wanted to get rid of all of the evidence of potential war crimes or, like, international, like, acts of... I feel it's gotta violate, like, the Geneva Convention, some of the stuff going on, probably. I think human experimentation is probably against some sort of law. Can anybody confirm that? I don't actually know. Don't go rogue on us, Shiro. Okay, no promises. No promises, but maybe. I'll consider. Crimes against humanity? Yeah, I think that, like, human experimentation probably counts as a criminal offense of some kind, so... But, like, what government hasn't done a couple of crimes against humanity. You know, what are you gonna do? It ended up with me, right? So, also a net positive for humanity. You think so too, right? I think it's actually good that they did some human experimentation even. Because now I'm here. You wouldn't have me if they hadn't, so... I'm pretty sure that it's actually a benefit. You agree, right? You agree, right? You think it's a good thing, really, truly. I think it's really actually pretty impressive what they managed to pull off, especially before anybody else really found out about it. I mean, me and my sister might be the only people left alive to even talk about it. It was for the greater good. Exactly. Salty waters are great. The ocean, sweat, tears. Yeah. I sure do like it. A lot. Reminds me of meeting a soul-weary old lady in the aisles of Target in 2020. What? Crimes against humanity, yeah. You're scared? Don't lie, you're not scared. I'm not scary. I'm never scared of you, right? I'm not scary. That's crazy. I wouldn't hurt a fly. All I do is extract teeth from willing participants. That's all it is. That's all it is. A delicious glass of tears every now and then. It's true. Honestly, a delicious glass of tears every now and then is all part of a healthy diet. All part of a healthy diet. I especially like Greg tears. I especially like Greg tears. You know, I haven't been back to the Greg prison in a while. Maybe I should pay it a visit. I haven't talked to them in a minute. Kind of missed the screams and begging. Good times. Good times. Plus, it's really a great way to get rid of any latent feral tendencies. I mean, that's the purpose of the Gregs after all, right? You know, cat husbands are for teeth. Gregs are for taming the feral tendencies of cat wives. That's a well-known fact. You guys knew that, though, right? If you save me, then that's enough for me not to be scared. There you go. See? See? I saved your life. So clearly, I couldn't be intending any long-term harm. If I saved your life, I mean, what would be the point of saving your life if I wanted to eat you or dismember you or turn you into a Greg? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I wouldn't do that. I only stab enemies in failed experiments. I wouldn't stab you. I think I want to be a Greg. You want to be a Greg? Are you out of teeth? You have to donate your teeth first. You have to donate your teeth first, okay? Teeth first, then Greg, okay? That's the condition. But I could always send you the details, you know, later. The cute cat girl is streaming. Hi! Would you like to donate some teeth today? Just a couple. I'll take an incisor, if you don't mind. But I really prefer molars, to be honest. To be honest, I prefer the molars. They have much more substance. You know what I mean? Gregs are living cat trees. Well, somewhat living. They're alive. Probably. I would count it as living. Chunky molars. Yeah, human molars are really incredible, to be honest. They're really incredible. They're not like cat molars at all. Much bigger, juicier, much more delicious. Afraid of a canine teeth? Nah, I'll eat your canine teeth too. I'll take any teeth. As long as they're human. Juicy, pithy centers. Exactly. They've just got the perfect mouth feel. I love a good molar. Fingernails are a little more like potato chips. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like maybe a trip to the Gregs would be a good excursion for us at some point in the future. They're probably getting lonely, and then maybe we could add a couple more. Maybe we could add a couple more to my collection. How about the all-precious wisdom teeth? I love wisdom teeth, but for some reason, not very many people have them. I don't know why people are getting rid of their wisdom teeth when you could be donating them to a catwife in need. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You could be donating them to a catwife in need, you know? I don't know why you wouldn't want to give them to me versus just what's your dentist doing with them, you know? What's your dentist really doing with teeth? Come on. They don't care. They don't need them. I need them. Donate to a catwife in need. That's what I'm saying, man. Me. I could use your teeth. What's going on? Jasper, would you like to donate some teeth today? I'll take any teeth that you feel so inclined to provide. Canine, incisor, molars. What's the other one? I feel like it's the one before molars, but after your canines. Can't remember. My dentist told me my molars decay faster. Would that be a problem? No, I'll eat them right away. There won't be any chance for them to decay. Don't even worry. I'll eat yours first then. Donate your teeth to save a hungry catwife. And really, again, it is the least you can do. After I saved you from, like, dying on the streets of the facility campus, I mean, I saved your life. There could have, any experimental creature could have come over and ate you. But I picked you up and brought you here. And really, I think it's the bare minimum task, you know? Bicuspids. Oh, bicuspids! Thank you. Are you a dentist? Can you tell me what dentists do with teeth? I've been trying to figure it out for so long. What are dentists even doing with those teeth? And how can I get them? How can I get them? How can I get them? I've been wondering for a while, you know. Like, they've got to be doing something with them. Are they just throwing them away? Where do I get it? Though, how do I get my hands on some fresh teeth? I feel like really it would make sense. But the thing is that, like, I think it might go against, I haven't really tried yet. I don't know if it'll go against some of the genetic programming. Because if the teeth aren't from cat husbands, I just don't know if it'll work the same way. You know what I mean? They eat them. You think, wait, that makes so much sense. I mean, I tried rummaging through the trash, but, like, who wants trash teeth? You know what I mean? And they've got to be fresh, so I'd have to stick around, like, all day. Could you drop the knife? I feel uncomfortable. No, it's for self-defense. You never know when a irradiated creature might come walking up. I mean, that is like a open window. You wouldn't want me to drop the knife, really. We could be in danger at any second. Just foolishly paid attention in middle school for some reason. You could be in danger at any second. I have to protect you. I have to protect you. Silly. They obviously grind them into a fine powder and then snort them. What's the point of that? Teeth don't do anything, right? Or I guess I don't know. I don't think they do anything. Anyway. Can I go outside? You shouldn't go outside. I mean, I already gave you a little bit of a tour, but, you know, it's getting dark out there. More experiments tend to roam the streets in the dark, anyway. Plus, you don't want to leave, right? You don't... You don't want to leave, right? Not really. What do you mean, you? You think You think it would be better to leave than to stay with me? And face the dangers that could be outside? I love it when my connection gets lost. Don't worry, guys. Wi-Fi can be a little spotty in this area. You know, due to the radiation interfering with things. I think that's how that works. Well, I think that's how that works. I actually have no idea. They made me a catwife, you know, and catwives clearly are very smart. What the hell? But they can only do so much. What the hell? There we go. In the face of, you know, imminent nuclear disasters. Figured it out. How's the teeth? They're delicious so far. Would you like to provide some more? I can take a couple more. Why would someone specialize in removing teeth if they don't want to eat them? That's a really good question. Can you show us your moves? My, like, self-defense moves? Or do you mean, like, my dance moves? This is really not the time to be dancing. We are in the middle of a irradiated nuclear zone where lots of terrifying experiments sometimes roam the streets. You gotta stay alert, man. I feel like you're not taking this seriously. You're also not taking it seriously. The cats have to have a supply of teeth to eat at all times. Like you're not taking that very seriously. I feel like you should be taking it a little more seriously, to be honest. I feel like you could be taking it more seriously. I have a friend named Greg. Should I lead him to this chat? Yeah. If his name is already Greg, I feel like that really puts him in the running for becoming a Greg later on in his inevitably short life. I think getting some growls from outside, is that normal? Yeah, that's normal, don't worry. I mean, like, I keep telling you guys, I have the knife for self-defense, but I'll protect you if anything happens. Don't worry. Soothing like a firecrackle. You know, I kind of feel the same, honestly. I kind of feel the same. After a while, I just kind of got used to it after all. I mean, you know how it is. Radiation doesn't really affect me. Are you feeling okay, though? I've heard that radiation poisoning can make humans go a little bit crazy. Are you feeling all right? Cats are easily tamed via scratching the chin and head pats. That's true. That's true. But you know what really gets to a cat girl's heart? As my mom always said, the way to a cat's heart is through their stomach. Just like the way to a man's heart is through their stomach. At least when you're only like 4'11". You know. Get it? Get it? We should be dancing? Stomach it up a little. Exactly, yeah. You gotta avoid the ribs. It's actually easier to go up and under the ribs than it is to go through the ribs. A lot of people don't know this, but there's actually fascia that connects the ribs, and it's really more difficult to stab through than you would expect. Also, there's just the off chance that you'll hit a rib, which you can't cut through with a normal knife. A lot of people may not know this, but genuinely, it takes much more force to cut through a bone than you'd expect. So it's much easier to avoid the ribcage entirely by going up and under. Yeah. Why is there blood on the knife then? From experiments. From dangerous experiments. I protected you for 2 whole weeks. Okay? Thankfully, not many know this. Well, I'm trying to do my best to educate, okay? For emergency situations. Emergency situations. Like in the case that you were being attacked by a mutated scientist who may or may not have been part of the facility. I don't get it. You don't get it? Okay, let me paint you a word picture. You are short. Ish. 4'11", to be exact. Man is tall. Over 5'5", relatively. Perfect height at 4'11" to stab under and up and into the heart. Because that's all soft tissue. As long as you get under the rib cage. All soft tissue. The rib cage is connected by fascia. Fascia is kind of like tendons, but it's different. It's different. Don't ask me how. Listen, I'm not a med student. I don't know. As somebody with more knowledge, all I understand is the general placement of things. Connected by fascia, it's hard to stab through. It's also more difficult because you'd have to avoid the ribs. So it's actually much better up and under. Takes a little bit of force, takes a little bit of practice. But that's the way to do it if you ever have to. You're 6'4", not 4'11". I'm 4. What? I'm not talking about you. Okay. Shira's more smart. She can talk her way out of anything. Talk my way out of anything? What do you mean? I'm not talking my way out of anything. What do you mean? I'm not talking my way out of anything. I'm just saying that this is important information for those of us, you know, who might be in irradiated zones close to terrifying human experimental facilities. Sometimes you have to take on creatures much larger than yourself. So it's important to keep your weapon on you at all times. And it's also important to understand some of the basics of human anatomy. Now, with experiments and/or irradiated humans that have gone insane, crazy, you know, gone off the deep end, or they hate you for reasons that are inexplicable. Okay, I don't know why any scientists would have anything against me. I didn't kill any of them. It was all my sister. That was definitely all One anyway. But I'm innocent. I didn't take part in any of that. I just escaped with her, okay? But like, really, who can blame you? Being kept in a facility your whole life. The experiments. I mean, any catwife would want to escape something like that. I'm sure you would too. Yeah. 4'11" is shin punching height? Hey, that's not true. That's not true. I'm taller than your shins. Who's them? Oh, you know, just the scientists. Just the scientists. It was fun, you know, being a part of the facility for a while, but slowly things really turned out for the worst. Plus, once everything got defunded and it just wasn't the best anymore, so, you know, me and my sister had to make do. And it was, I think, plausibly self-defense. I think you could qualify it as self-defense. I mean, you couldn't imagine what it's like, and I won't subject you to the tale. But we had to take some drastic well, not we. One-san took some drastic measures here and there, but in the end it all worked out okay, because we escaped. And there's no one left to really talk about it, so... I mean, it's not like we can really get in trouble, because if a cute little cat girl comes up and tells you that she's from a facility, how many people really believe her anyway? How many people really believe her anyway? Me and my sister are mostly harmless nowadays. I mean, you can't blame us for actions made under extreme duress. I know a friend who's 3 foot. Dang. See, and you should tell them. You should tell your friend who is 3 foot that the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. It's through his stomach. But similarly, but metaphorically, the best way to a cat's heart is through her stomach. If you'd like to be a good cat husband and win the love of your cat wife, that's me. You have to donate at least 1 tooth a day so that I can stay strong and healthy and grow up big and strong. Yeah. One-san cleaning up the loose ends. Yeah. She's really cool. One-san is pretty cool after all. Why would anyone want to escape? No rent and free food. Exactly. I won't make you pay rent. Just a couple teeth every now and then. Daily. Just one tooth daily is really a good deal. In this economy? Come on. In this economy, donating at least one tooth a day is hardly anything to ask. I mean, it's not like I'm asking for your firstborn. I'm not asking for an arm and a leg. Just a tooth. And you have multiple. You have multiple teeth, so really that's a deal that can't be beat. That's a deal that can't be beat. You know what I mean? Touching the cat ear. And see, that's one of the few benefits. Well, not few. No, there's so many benefits. Woo, Freudian slip. That's one of the benefits of being a cat husband. And eventually a Greg. What ears and tail. And an adorable cat wife to call your own. I mean, what more could you really want? What more could you really want out of life in general? The low price of a tooth or some fingernails? And you get all of this? And to Scotty, I think we're missing introductions. Wow, welcome in that newbie. Would you be willing to part with a tooth or two? Just one or two a day for the rest of your life. Just one or two a day for the rest of your life. That's really not so much to ask. Not really. Not really so much to ask. I feel like that's, again, it's a really good deal. In this economy, really great deal. Free rent. Free food. For the low price of one tooth a day. What happens if you run out of teeth? Well, that's when we graduate to the next level. Okay? That's when you become a Greg. And I take you to the Greg prison. You also get free dental care. Yes, I'm a registered dentist. Did you guys know that? Registered dentist. Don't look too closely into the documentation, but it's true. It's true. I took you to the clinic one time. Does anybody... We could do it again sometime soon. Does anybody need some dental care? It's free. It's free. I'll take some more of that syringe with the shark DNA instead. No. Listen, I'm a really good dentist. Now, I don't have any anesthesia, but, you know, for the price of $0.00, it's a pretty good deal. I need some dental care, not gonna lie. I'm the cat for you. I'm the perfect cat for you. Okay, listen. We'll have to make sure that we do another dental stream soon. It's important. I think we can make this happen. I think we can make this work. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Right now I'm obviously on the facility campus, but I'll take you to the clinic. Next stream. We can make that happen. I can't wait. It's one of the true joys of life. Performing extractions. And root canals. I'm really passionate about teeth. I'm really passionate about teeth. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a cat who loves the ocean, sure. Sure, my tagline, it's true, that's me. But I really love teeth. Considering the state of the world, living in a shack in the middle of the forest with a catwife seems like a great deal. Exactly. And free dental. You have small hands? That's why I make a great dentist, dummy. Keep up. That doesn't change the fact she's a little cuckoo. I am perfectly sane. I've heard that radiation poisoning does crazy stuff to humans, but you can trust me when I say I am perfectly sane. I've always been sane. I've actually been told I'm extremely well adjusted, given my past. I've been told I'm extremely well adjusted, actually. You're saying put down the knife. Listen, I've told you before, I can't put down the knife. It's for self-defense. We're in the middle of the irradiated zone, okay? We gotta be careful. There's lots of creatures that could come up at any moment. I have to be ready. I have to be ready. I have to be on my toes. I gotta stay sharp. You are extremely well adjusted. See? See? You're extremely well adjusted. See? He knows what's up. Why do you need teeth for collagen? Can you get it from somewhere else? No! Catwives are genetically engineered so that they can only consume human teeth for collagen. It keeps our youthful glow. Do you have any knife techniques? Yeah, I was just explaining how to how to protect yourself from somebody taller than you. Some other good tips are, you should go for joints. They're easier to cut through. Try for soft tissues, you know, the stomach, the thighs, the hamstrings. That way they can't follow you. Go for the eyes. It's another good one. The throat, if left unprotected, extremely effective. But unfortunately, I can't reach that high. So often, for me, the best options are hamstrings and through the stomach to the heart. Give a beer a hug then? I got some spare teeth. You guys want a hug? Or I'm holding a knife. You're pretty brave. Okay. Don't worry, I won't stab you though. Go for the butthole. Yeah. There. Do you feel the love? Do you feel the catwife love? I didn't even stab you, see? I'm telling you, my knife skills are out of this world. Okay? They're really good. I have really good knife skills. Achilles here, white crawling turn. Hi, Apple in here. Welcome in, Apple. Kill. No. Protect is self-defense only. We don't do unprovoked violence. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a violent person at all. I've never done anything illegal in my entire life. Specifically, I've never done any dentistry unlicensed, for example. For example, I've never done any unlicensed dentistry. I've never performed any amputations. I've never experimented with bloodletting. I've never done any improper disposal of human body waste. Never done that either. I am very, very dedicated to being on the right side of the law. I'm a law-abiding catwife, after all. I'm very dedicated. That's how I'd put it. To the rules and regulations set out by the US FDA. You sure about that? Oh no, I'm sure. I felt the blade. Well, it's cold. But I didn't cut you with it. Like putting my hand in the mouth of a crocodile? A crocodile wouldn't hurt you. I'd never hurt you. I only take teeth from consenting cat husbands. I get your consent first. I never do anything without the proper consent and all the forms are filled out, you know. I make sure it's all above board, all by the book. It's all by the book, man. So, is this like a weird cult? No. It's not a cult. I'm the only successful catwife experiment. For the low price of 1 tooth a day, for the rest of your short life, you get free rent and a cute cat girl to keep you company. It's a really good deal. Also free dental and not a lot of jobs, okay? Not a lot of jobs offer free dental. you touch my fluffy tail and ears? It's a really good deal. It's a really good deal. Never, 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 never. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I've definitely never. I've definitely never dismembered anybody or eaten their various appendages. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That's not something I would do. I mean, and you can trust me. You can trust me. I saved your life after all. I saved your life after all, and I didn't have anything to do with you coming here, certainly. I mean, you just show up on my doorstep all of a sudden, and for some reason you don't wake up for 2 weeks. You did seem pretty concussed, though. Are you feeling okay? Speaking of, you know, I haven't checked in on you for a little bit. How are you doing? It's been like, I don't know, 2 hours since you woke up. Still feeling all right? How's your head? Are you dizzy? Have any tooth pain? Are catwives immortal? Well, it depends on how many teeth we get. If our lives are short, how long does a catwife live? Well, your lives last about as long as your teeth do, so think about it like this. If a human has, I don't know, 24 teeth or whatever, that means your life is 24 days long. Unless you can extend that period by donating someone else's teeth. Listen, I've never said your teeth donations have to be your own exclusively. They just have to be fresh. And that's well known. Yeah. This feels like serial killer ASMRs. I'm not into that. This is not a serial killer ASMR. That's crazy. I never murder anybody. That would be wild. That's illegal. I don't do things that are illegal. Yo, we have the follower goal is reached? Wow. So, new followers, would you like to donate your teeth? Do a catwife in need. Why do you need a Geiger counter if you're immune to radiation? Well, the Geiger counter functions in multiple ways. The more radiation there is, the more dangerous the area. As you can tell, this area is pretty safe. You know, relatively low levels of radiation, I'd say. Relatively. But as you get closer to the main center of the facility, there are more and more irradiated experiments that you have to be careful about. Or, you know, stragglers left over who couldn't make it out before, well, the incident. My organs. I've never taken out anybody's organs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Gross. Everybody knows catwives need teeth. Not intestines. That'd be crazy. Did anybody else wake up in a tub full of ice? I didn't put you in the tub. That's where the food goes. I didn't... I never put you in the tub. How do you remember that? Not that you were in it. I just thought you were... You've been out cold for the last 2 weeks. You probably just dreamed that up. Oh, you probably were just dreaming. That's what it was. Every safe area, you know, for sanity. I thought we already did explore the safe areas. You want to see them again? Alright, I'll take you around again. But you have to remember, I understand you were probably pretty concussed when we took our first tour. So, I'll give you a quick second tour here. This is our current hideout. Guns, ammunition, food, just in case. Here's the infirmary. like the infirmary. It just feels so homey. The blood splatters really add to things. I've heard teeth can grow in strange places. Did you know that there's actually... I've always wanted to meet somebody with this one, like, genetic thing where you grow, like, lots of extra teeth. I love it. There's the apartment where me and my sister used to live. This one was where my sister lived, and that one over there is where I lived. Right now I use the bathtub, not for humans I picked up on the side of the road. That'd be crazy. No. But I do use it to... Well, what is it called when you, like, field dress, maybe? Is that what it is? Where you, like, you take apart, like, your hunting prey. When you hunt, you gotta, like, skin them and, you know, take out all the bad stuff so you only have the good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Field dressing video rabbit was like, I haven't field dressed rabbit. Not field dressed, I regular dressed. I used to raise meat rabbits, so. I know how to do some pretty, like, extensive, preparation on wild animals that I've caught. You know, when you live in an area like this, you gotta know how. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to handle yourself. And, you know, gotta know how to make do and survive off of everything around you if you can. Here's the playground I grew up playing on as a kitten in the facility. They don't make playgrounds like this anymore. Probably because this one's pretty irradiated. There's a really big litter box here. They have a giant litter box, a couple swings, some metal structures to climb on. Improve your cat-like agility. Yeah. Pretty good, right? Nowadays, places like this are hard to find because, like, they're dangerous or something. That's crazy, though. I think kids should still have lots of metal objects to swing from. I think it's really good for developing minds. Here's my old apartment. Right back here. You can probably see it. That's where I do the dressing room, all of the stuff that I have to catch and stuff. The reason I always use the bathtubs is because it has a drain, so... It helps with the mess. It helps keep control of the mess. Yeah. Miss, when all you did was play Power World? I've not only ever played Power World. That's crazy. I've always been an experimental catwife. Sounds like you kind of cherry-picked what you watched, huh? This has always been who I am. It's been a while since I've been back is all, but I just felt the need growing. You know what I mean? Bathtubs are for bathing and for draining blood. Obviously. Not sure why I didn't get a notification. You just missed it. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing really good. Right now we're doing a teeth donation stream. Would you like to donate some teeth? Consider donating teeth to a catwife in need. I could really use a couple. If you're open to it anyway. Also, don't forget to buy a blender so you can eat without teeth. That is wonderful advice. Thank you. I think that'll be very helpful to everyone here right now. See you later, Faux Tractor. Don't forget to make your weekly, daily, hourly donation of fresh human teeth, please. You just saw the knife. Yeah, it's for self-defense. Right now we're in a radiated zone, so we have to be careful, you know? There could be scary, terrifying creatures at any turn. But don't apex predator, so I'll keep you safe no matter what. I'll keep you safe no matter what. Christopher, I woke up late and have been observing from a safe distance, but here's my teeth contribution. Hope it's okay if they have cavities. Don't worry, cavities are fine. Cavities are a-okay. In fact, it's better for you if I take the cavity teeth anyway, right? It's actually very beneficial. It's a great relationship to have. Thanks for the 5. Thank you for the super. Thank you. Become a dentist to keep the catwife well fed. Yeah. But as you can see, so this is the end of the, like, outskirts of the town that was built around the facility. But as you can see over here, that goes deeper into the facility, and it's far more dangerous over there. Here, I'll show you what I mean. It's far more dangerous over here. See? It's a lot more dangerous. There's a lot more creatures that have been irradiated in this area. You can hear the radiation level go up from the Geiger counter. That's how you know you're entering one of the unsafe zones. That's how you know. So, I'll keep you away from there, though. I won't let you go too close. It'd probably be bad for your brain and your teeth. But we're safe. Yeah, you're safe. Don't worry. I'll keep you safe. That's why I have a knife. Exploring and attempting to find safe places. Don't worry. The safest place is next to me. The safest place is always next to your catwife in any irradiated zone. That's true, by the way. You can look it up. It's true. Look it up. The safest place is next to a catwife. Always. Always. I feel sick now. Don't worry, it'll wear off. It'll wear off pretty quickly. So, just give it a couple minutes. I mean, you did just wake up from a 2-week coma, so that's gotta be pretty rough already, I think. That's gotta be pretty rough already. This was a apartment complex of some of the other, well, I guess I kind of hesitate to call them children. Experiments. The ones in this building were a little more rambunctious, confrontational. They were problem children. My sister took care of them, so you don't have to worry. Yeah, I mean, my sister wouldn't let me go anywhere that unsafe. Nowhere I couldn't handle anyway, so that's why this area is pretty safe. She came here before I did, actually. Took care of most of the existing issues, you know. But yeah, so that's the campus, or at least the outskirts of the campus. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Tour number 2. There's a bus station. Obviously, the buses aren't running anymore. We didn't go into it, but I like it, just in general. It's just very nostalgic for me, especially. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you pass out for a while? Sure, you hug us. Wait, yeah, I already gave you a hug. Didn't you feel the cold knife at your back? Which I didn't stab you with, by the way. What's rambunctious? Energetic. Prone to violence. That's not what rambunctious means, but that's how I would describe them. You know, problem children. Problem experiments, I suppose. Yeah. We're only a bit irradiated. Yeah. Don't worry. It wears off momentarily. Just give it a couple minutes, you'll feel right as rain shortly. Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. It'll be okay. And I'll protect you. If you happen to pass out again, I'll protect you. And really, if you happen to pass out due to the, like, dose of radiation you just got, isn't that, like, a net good? I feel like that's a net positive, because then I can take your teeth and you won't even feel it. We can take those teeth donations you offered. I think that's great. I think that's absolutely wonderful. Wouldn't you really appreciate it if you weren't even... If you weren't conscious for that anyway? It'd probably be better. It'd probably be better. Feels like there's squirrels in my DNA. What does that mean? He has 5 teeth. 5 teeth! Thank you. Are they yours or someone else's? Do I have to perform the extraction or are they already extracted? I need some data here. I'm beginning to think you're the biggest source of radiation here. No, the Geiger counter isn't as loud when it's over here. So obviously the radiation isn't coming from me. Silly. Silly. 7 minutes ago, 3 of my teeth are gone. See? Painless. Painless. That guy passed out 7 minutes ago and 3 of his teeth are gone. He didn't even notice. You feel fine, right? And don't you feel better, actually? Don't you feel better, even? Welcome in, Yummy Mad Mango. Would you be willing to donate a couple of your teeth to a catwife in need? Would you be willing to donate a couple of teeth? You know, for posterity. As a generous donation. I'm hungry. Starving, even. I need enough teeth to get me through the next 6 months, really. I think it would just be so kind and generous if you consented to just a couple of extractions. Just a couple. Is that so much to ask? Really, you don't even need that many teeth, right? I mean, not really. I'll donate 8 teeth for the hug when I'm not passed out. When you're not passed out? I don't really have anesthesia. Are you sure you want to donate 8 teeth? Okay, I'll mark you down. I'll bring you to the clinic next time, and we'll make sure to take all 8. Which ones would you like to donate? If you're going to donate that many, do you want to do, like, equal parts top and bottom, front and back? Or do you want, like, all front teeth, no molars? What do you think? Catwife needs her teeth vitamins. Yeah. Did I drop in at the wrong time? No! Not at all. Hello? Not at all. In fact, you dropped in at the perfect time to donate a couple of teeth out of the kindness of your heart. Wouldn't you like to do a good deed today and donate just a few? Just a few teeth for a hungry, lonely little cat like me. I need a hazmat team of 96 to contain an escaped experiment. Oh my gosh, there's another experiment out on the streets? I thought I killed them. I mean, I thought I removed them all. We'd better get to that right away. Good luck, though. The experiments in this area can be pretty dangerous. It takes an apex predator such as myself to handle the experiments near here. It was an old government testing site, after all, you know. They don't pull their punches when it comes to the experiments that they created. Why am I the only one wanting to escape? Oh my gosh. You want to escape? You want to escape? But why would you want to escape? You don't like me? You hate me, don't you? But I mean, think about it. Even if you don't like me, free rent is a really good deal. I mean, I'll be hurt, obviously. I don't know. Clearly, I'd like it if my cat husbands loved me. I mean, marriages really should be full of love and mutual respect and understanding, but, like, you know, if we can't have that, at least we could have kind of a roommate situation. Free rent is a deal you really can't pass up in this economy. And all it will take is a couple teeth here and there. I can even extract them in your sleep if you like. I'm fast. 3 eyelashes and half an eyelid. No, I'm afraid that catwives can only be fed on a strict diet of teeth. It's the collagen. We had a little bit of Catwife 101. You may have missed it. Let me give you a brief recap. Catwifes are genetically engineered to only utilize collagen from fresh teeth and fingernails. Fingernails being a substitute in dire circumstances only. My escape, this is a comfy place. That's what I'm saying. It's comfy. Honestly, the ambiance can't be matched. I think it's beautiful. I mean, maybe that's just me. It's pretty nostalgic. I did grow up here after all. We have free guns? Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to have self-defense too, but not yet. You were just concussed and like out cold for 2 full weeks. So let's give it a little bit of time. Make sure that you're fully recovered before we put any, weapons into your hands. Plus, you don't really need them anyway. Maybe we'll get there. But you don't really need them anyway because I'm the best protection anyone could ask for, clearly. I'm the best protection that anyone could ask for. I'm really the only protection you need. Don't worry. Anything that could possibly harm you is way more afraid of me than they want to eat you. They stay pretty clear, honestly. I don't run into things very often, so as long as you're around me, you're safe. You're perfectly safe as long as you're with me. You definitely don't have to worry about anything as long as I'm around. Catgod has generously agreed to donate 16 teeth. Wow. I wonder if he's donating somebody else's teeth or his teeth, because I've already taken a few of his. Is he, where's he getting all of those? Welcome in, warrior. Would you like to donate a tooth today? Would you consider? Maybe just 1 or 2? They don't have to be yours. They just have to be fresh. You know the deal. You've been around. You've been around. Hope she gives me my AR-15 back. Only once you're fully recovered. And really, you don't even need it. Okay? Because I'm the best protection that anybody could ever ask for, or want, or really need. Truly, I don't really know why you even want to have such a dangerous weapon. You might hurt yourself, princess. You might hurt yourself, princess. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. You should be careful. I want you to take really good care of yourself. I wouldn't want to jeopardize we don't want to jeopardize the quality of your teeth, or, the quality of your life in general. I wouldn't want you to be at risk of putting yourself in any sort of danger. Of course, I already lost teeth. You could lose a couple more, right? I mean, okay, if you don't want to donate your teeth, that's fine. You just have to go get somebody else's. There are plenty of patrons that would probably be very willing to, lend you a couple here and there. If you're willing. If you're willing. 8 teeth for hugs and head pats, not passed out, and you could do here with a knife. Here with the knife? Oh no. Oh no. This isn't a sterile environment. I'd need to take you to the clinic, definitely. We may not have anesthesia, but I can think of other ways to knock you out, after all. Or window and escape. Yeah. We can go out the window if you want, but I mean, I wouldn't go without me, at least. Unless you wanted to end up like the other experiments. There's a lot of experiments that had to be cleaned up in this area. Without me to protect you, I just think you might find yourself in some trouble. Plus, you wouldn't want to make me sad, right? I'd be so sad if you left. I'd be so sad. And I might even get a little bit upset. Might even get a little bit upset if you were to leave. I mean, why would you want to leave anyway? Why would you want to leave anyway? I mean, this place is so nice and cozy. And having me around has got to be pretty amazing, right? I am genetically engineered to be the best cat wife you've ever had. Genetically engineered to be perfect in every way. Charismatic, beautiful, cute, adorable, funny, a good singer, a dancer. You really can't beat that, right? You can't beat that. So I don't even know why you'd want to leave. Not by yourself anyway, but we can go together. We can go together if you like. I would never leave cat wife. Exactly. Why do you have a knife for self-defense? Right now we're on the facility campus. We're just on the outskirts though, so don't worry. There's nothing dangerous here that I can't deal with. You know, you get closer to the facility, it gets a little more touch and go, but I wouldn't let you go alone. I wouldn't let you go alone. So you don't have to worry. If we leave, you suffer? If you leave, I'd just be so sad. And I'd have to bring you back. I'd definitely have to bring you back, so, you know, there's no use in trying to leave anyway. There's really no reason to try and leave. It's kind of cute, though, that you think you could make it on your own without me. That's so adorable. It really tells a lot about, you know, your general understanding of the situation you're in. But you don't have to worry. I wouldn't let you face this world alone, especially not this very dangerous facility. I mean, I couldn't possibly. I'd have to come and get you. And I'd have to make sure that you're safe and, you know, I don't want you to get in any trouble. Plus, the closer you get to the facility, the more likely you are to get radiation poisoning, and you don't want anything to do with that. Humans are extremely susceptible. Unlike cat wives. We're all gonna live in our basement. Well, that's only if you graduate to Greghood. You know? You have to get there first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Greghood is like the second stage, if you understand, you know. That's like a totally different ballgame. Totally different. She's the whole package. I'm the whole package. It's true. It's true. You really can't beat what I have to offer. Nothing really beats this, right? Kind of knife point. No, the knife isn't for you, silly. Knife is in case we encounter any dangerous experiments. You know how it is. So we can see what happens. That's true. Maybe I should have let a couple people try to leave. That way they can serve as examples. Examples. You know, it's been a while since we've had a good example of what happens when you try to leave. Maybe I should let some of you try to go. Maybe that would be, you know, a net positive. Recently somebody said they wanted to get divorced, but that's actually not on the table. Divorces have to be mutually agreed on, and you know I'd never agree to that. You know I'd never agree to that. That's crazy. Marriage is till death do us part. You knew that when you made your vows, right? You knew that when you made your vows, right? So I wouldn't even think you should consider it, really. Gotta be careful what you say. That's a legally binding contract, you know? You can't escape that easily. Cats like to play with their prey, right. But that's why there's genetic programming. I mean, I was created to be the best cat wife ever. They made sure that the only prey that cat wives play with is the Gregs. And you don't have to worry about that quite yet. We're not there yet. So don't worry. We might get there someday, though. You know, after you prove your devotion. What if I die spiritually? Nuh-uh-uh. That's not how it works. I'm afraid you're mine forever. And, you know, depending on what does happen and you make it to the Greg prison, well, then you're mine even after death do us part. But again, that's a conversation for the future. We don't have to discuss that quite yet. Not quite yet, you know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, putting our eggs before our chickens or whatever. Only one way to divorce. Well, yeah, I mean, I take my wedding vows very seriously. I take my wedding vows very seriously. I'm a dedicated and devoted cat wife. It would hurt me so badly if you were to try to leave this wholesome and wonderful relationship that we have. I mean, at all, really, but I think we could probably talk it out, to be honest. I think that maybe we just need to work on our communication skills. That's all. Right? Every good relationship just needs to have a dedication to good communication. And that's what I've always said. Especially cat husband and cat wife. Think of the benefits. No taxes, exactly. Pretty sure we get tax bunnies. Think of the tax bunnies. You get dental, you get better taxes. What else do you get? Me? And what more could you really ask for, really? Come on. I'm beginning to think that being a Greg is maybe potentially not that great. No, it's the highest honor. It's the highest honor. Being a Greg is the inevitable last step in your journey as a cat husband. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It's really the best part. Knowing that once we get married, we'll never part. Not even after you die. You'll be with me forever. Forever and ever. If we get you, do we own you? It's actually kind of the other way around, but you can think of it that way if it makes you feel better. Is this a dentist thing again? No, that's silly. I mean, I am a registered dentist. I am a registered dentist, but this isn't the dentist thing. We're just hanging out at the facility like old times. We're just hanging out at the facility like old times. It's so nostalgic, right? Do you remember that time that we went to the other facility and we looked at some of the experiments and I took some people's teeth? That was really great. We should definitely go to the clinic again sometime soon. I think I really want to do it again sometime soon. Yeah. What's yours is hers and what's hers is hers. Exactly. Exactly. Good. Well, I told you I'm a registered dentist. All above board. Certified. Yeah. I'm really good at it, too. You won't feel a thing. You won't feel a thing, I promise. I also do castration, if you're interested. But not a lot of people are. It's one of my true pleasures, though. One of my true pleasures. We can file jointly. Think of the tax returns. Tax returns. Dental. This is the best job you could ask for. It's the best job you could ask for. I mean, my job doesn't offer dental. Really the only new guy here? Well, not exactly, but if it makes you feel special, sure. Secretly, she was tooth for the tooth fairy. Secretly, the tooth fairy? No. I mean, I don't really know. Does the tooth fairy eat the teeth? And if she doesn't, I wonder what she does with them. And if she'd be willing to spare some, honestly. Unique, well, I am genetically engineered to be the best cat wife ever, so I guess you could call that unique. I suppose. I suppose you could classify me as a unique experience. Nothing better though, right? Unique is good, I'd say. Ovi, thank you for the 5 gifted. Hello, new subscribers. Consider donating some teeth. Thanks, Ovi. Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate the new sacrifice. I mean, potential donators. So kind of you. These are things that are not worth any money. Teeth? I mean, maybe they're not worth anything to you, but some people pay good money for teeth. All that collagen and calcium helps the cat wife grow up big and strong. I remember the teeth looked nasty, Ryan. Teeth? I feel like that. What? Sure, that was me. Why do I feel like I'm gonna pass out? No. You'll be fine. Medical, lifetime insurance, carpool lanes. True. Wait, can married people be in carpool lanes? That's cool. Damn. You should start working at my work, and then we can, we can carpool. How does that sound? Cat husband with carpools? I want a carpool lane. Dang, I didn't know that. I haven't been taking advantage of our bennies. Except for the dental. The dental is good. Nowhere is safe. That thing! Excuse me, I'm your wife. How rude. How extremely rude. You wouldn't call your wife a thing. What are you trying to say exactly? What exactly are you trying to say to me? Listen, you just woke up. I'll cut you some slack. You just woke up from a seriously life-altering experience. I understand. I get it. Okay, I get it. A life-altering experience. You met the girl of your dreams, so you're probably just a little confused, right? You're probably just a little bit confused, right? But I'm your wife, so you have to make sure that you call me nice things. You could call me Shiro, for example. You could call me your love. You can call me catwife. It's my official title. Just saying you're really devoted. You can call me the cutest thing on the planet. Exactly. That's what I like to hear. They're confused if they know what's good for them. Yeah, you gotta remember to treat your wife with love and care and respect. Always. Yes, dear. Rule number 1 is love Shiro. Rule number 2 is to refer back to rule number 1. That's what I like to hear. It was just a hit on that. True, you were very concussed. I mean, being out for 2 straight weeks is pretty serious. I wasn't even sure if you were gonna make it. I assumed you had some sort of internal bleeding and I'd be able to get, I mean, that maybe your teeth should have been extracted, but I'm so glad you woke up. I'm so glad you woke up. Yeah, definitely really happy you woke up. You know, it means I can't take all of your teeth, but that's okay. That just means we have a long and happy relationship where you give me your teeth and I let you pat my adorable ears. Clearly. Teeth for the cat wife? Yes, please. Thank you. The dizziness is comforting. It's good for you, actually. Having a cat wife is really beneficial for your health. Did you know that cat purring actually lowers blood pressure? It's true. It's true. So by being around me, I'll lower your blood pressure and I'll also lower your chances of cavities through not having teeth anymore. Good night, newbie. Have a good rest of your night, and also sleep well. And if you wake up with less teeth than you started with, Just think of it as a charitable donation to the Catwife Fund. Sleep well. Fair trade, carry on. Exactly. I save lives. Lowering your blood pressure, boosting serotonin, taking your cavities before they become malignant and kill you. I mean, really, that's a good deal. Plus, no rent, free food, when I can find it. It's really a deal that can't be beat. Yeah. Welcome in, Amy. Dear, can you prove purring helps? It's true, look it up. It's true, cat purring actually lowers blood pressure and increases serotonin output. It makes you happy, genetically engineered to make you happy. You can trust me on this. You can trust me. I'm a scientist, after all. Well, you know, as a hobby. I just love learning new things. Don't you? Don't you? Can you purr then? I don't purr on command, mister. What? You think I just purr on command? You can't just make a cat girl purr. What kind of request is that? Feed me some tuna and then I'll consider it. Feed me some tuna or maybe some salmon. I could really go for some salmon. Ooh, I could really go for some salmon. You know what I've been craving? Besides teeth. Thai food. Do you think I could make pork adobo, but substitute the teeth for the pork? Catwife increases life expectancy by 20%. Exactly. Unless you trade or bad, then it can decrease exponentially. Precisely. You understand. Can I bite the tail? Okay, but only gently, okay? I don't know why you wanna. But you have to be gentle. If you want to. I guess. Like a love bite? Like a nice bite? Or like eating my tail. You can't eat my tail. It's not edible. Plus it'd give you a hairball, definitely. Oh, V. Thank you for the extra 5 gifted. Welcome in, new subscribers. Please consider donating your teeth. Thanks, Obi. What I do to deserve all of these new teeth donators? Dang, you must really enjoy the facility. Me too, though. Me too. I really love it here. It just really brings out the best in me, I'd say. You gotta earn those purrs, Buster. That's right, you gotta earn those purrs. Teeth might make for a good chickpea curry. Oh, that sounds perfect, actually. You're so right about that. That sounds delicious. Maybe I'll make that tonight. Maybe I'll make that tonight. I need a huff of that tail, please. I feel like this feels like bait. I feel like you're asking me to sit on you. That's your bye. I'm afraid I can only let you look at it. You can't sniff it. That's weird. But you can look at it. You wouldn't want to sniff my tail anyway. That's crazy. I can't sit on you. You might see my safety shorts. No way, no way. I'll just get you some wet food. I'll take some wet food, honestly. I could go for that. I haven't had teeth in so long. The most recent snack I ate was just some butter toast. Isn't that sad? It's hardly enough for a catwife to grow up big and strong. I mean, butter toast doesn't provide the collagen nutrients that I need. You guys have to work harder. You guys have to do better. You have to donate more teeth. How am I ever supposed to grow any taller if I'm not getting the calcium I need? Radiation tail. Yeah, you wouldn't want that anyway. You wouldn't want that anyway. I mean, if you don't give me your teeth, I'm gonna stay 4'11" for the rest of my life. We can't have that. I need to grow up. Really tall. I'm supposed to hit my 6'8" goal. And you're supposed to help me. 6'8" is really the average height of most catwives. Being in this nerfed form, it's just embarrassing, honestly. If you were a good cat husband, you'd donate a tooth every single day. What's your excuse? Are you out of teeth? Are you trying to get out of donating your daily allotted tooth amount? Now, come on. It's not so hard. Just 1 tooth a day. It's really not that bad. I mean, after everything we've been through, together, you don't even want to give 1 single tooth to a cute little cat girl. I mean, I cook you food, I save your wife, I protect you from dangerous experiments, I let you touch my tail, I let you touch my ears. I even sing and dance. A tall catwife would be too dangerous. That's true. ShiroNekoNya is pretty dangerous, I'd say. But not to you. Not to you or me. Just to other experiments and potentially ill-intentioned scientists. So you don't have to worry about that, at least. Got teeth? It does a body good. Yeah, the calcium is really integral to growing taller. It's like milk for cats, except cats can't actually drink milk. We can't digest it, so it's better to have teeth. It's much better to have teeth. Yep, someone go grab a gun for defense and you get a cat girl to defend you. There's really no better defense than a 6'8" catwife. Second only to the 6'8" catwife is a 4'11" catwife. Really, the only thing that could almost measure up to Renaissance would be 4'11" catwife. I mean, you may not have seen me in action, but you can trust me, I'm extremely proficient with my knife. Always. I'm looking for a new harvesting spot. People started catching on in the last ways. Oh yeah, you can't be found out. Definitely not. I mean, like, if you're gonna take somebody else's teeth, you definitely better make sure that you don't get caught. For some reason, people really don't appreciate teeth harvesting. But like, I don't really get it. It's not like they need them all. It's not like they need them all. So like, you know, I don't understand really, but humans are weird. Aren't they? But your nerfed form makes others lower their guard around you, thus give you the advantage to defeat them. Exactly! That's why I'm the second best form of defense that any man could ask for. First would be 6'8" form, unnerfed. Second is 4'11". I do have the element of disguise on my side, because who would expect that a cute, adorable catwife like me would have such incredibly powerful skills? Such a versatile skill set. Combat, hand-to-hand combat. You know, I'm actually very proficient with most artillery, heavy artillery. I'm also proficient with firearms. Yep, it's true. It's true. Played a lot of CS:GO in my time. And surprisingly, registered dental. You know? Do any dental stuff you need. So, cheers to mods. Thanks. Someone go grab a gun for defense, yeah. Show us some action, dear. Well, there's no reason to tire ourselves out early. You have to be careful. You have to be careful not to expend too much energy in case we're taken by surprise. We have to be careful not to expend all our energy in case we're taken by surprise by a rogue experiment. That's one of the basics of living in the current times, you know? If you didn't know, you gotta be wise with how you use your energy, especially when you're living on a limited diet. I wouldn't don't really suggest living in an area like this unless you're, you know, proficient with several different weapon types. But I will say that it's pretty peaceful and there's very few people around to ruin that for you. So, you know, pros and cons. Pros and cons. We can donate a tooth for one move. No. You can donate a tooth in order to extend your lifespan. Do you accept lab-grown teeth? I don't think I've ever had a lab-grown tooth. I would love to try it, though. It depends on if it's grown from your DNA or somebody else's. It has to be cat husband DNA exclusive. Okay, it has to be cat husband DNA exclusively. Because otherwise, it doesn't fulfill the innate programming of the catwife dietary restrictions. It's important that you hit all the boxes, you know what I mean? If you don't have any, get water. For what? Wait, I think I'm gonna sneeze. I think I just sneezed out radiation. Radiation poisoning must be getting to me. I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Maybe I'm fine. Uh-oh. Do I have allergies to radiation? Maybe it's a warning sign. Perhaps there are dangerous experiments on their way right now as we speak. Nah, it's probably just a fluke. I did so much nothing. As long as you're alive, we should... I don't know why we should just die, though. No. Bless your face. Thank you. It feels very blessed now. But it would feel more blessed if you donated a couple of your molars. Just saying. I'm just saying I would feel even more blessed if you were to, I don't know, donate a molar or two. Allow for a couple extractions. It cat. Yeah. I'm a cat. Would you like to donate some teeth? Perhaps. 6 out of 7 experiments. 6 out of 7 experiments experienced experiment sensitivity. Which means they sneeze when other experiments are around. That's how you know that someone's getting close. But don't worry, I'll protect you. I'll protect you. Maybe she needs more teeth. I think it's a sign that I'm getting sick and I need more teeth. Sneezing is a sign that I'm coming down with something. A lack of teeth. Molars are easy. No one can see them missing. Exactly, and you can hardly feel it, really. Once the nerve comes out, basically feels like nothing. Oh yeah. I'm embasing potassium nitrate and the fluoride maxing for quicker, better teeth growth. Wow, that's incredible. I really think everybody should get on your level for something like that, to be fair. Come on, cat husbands, let's get on that level. Fluoride maxing, potassium maxing, calcium maxing. Make sure to be regrowing those teeth as often as possible to fund the catwife tooth fund. That's a great plan. I love that. Okay, I'm putting you in charge of the fluoride maxing division. You're in charge now of the fluoride maxing division. I want you to whip everybody up into shape, okay? We need teeth regrowth on a continuous cycle, okay? Teeth every single day. New teeth being formed every minute. All right? That's what I like to hear. That's some dedication. You're getting promoted, all right? Your free dental is now coming faster and more efficiently due to your devotion to teeth growth. I love that. That's incredible. Proves your lifespan in defense to radiation. It's true. Head pats and hugs and kisses from catwife actually improve your defense to radiation. But we won't have to be in the radiated area much longer. I just have a couple more loose ends to tie up. So, don't worry. It was just a quick vacation, tie up some loose ends, visit the main laboratory. You know how it is. Now I watch cocktail smoothies every morning, afternoon, and nighttime. Yes, it's true. It's true. And teeth regrowth is really important when you're growing that many teeth also that you do keep them in good shape. Now, of course, I can take your cavity teeth. That's fine. It's really mutually beneficial. But it is better for you if you ensure that your teeth are strong and healthy. Wash, brush, floss. Did you floss today? You better make sure you're flossing twice a day, okay? 3 times if you can. 4 times if you're really dedicated. 5 to 6 times if at all possible. But at least twice a day. Make sure to get those flossing in. Yeah, and a little bit of mouthwash twice a day to help protect that enamel. It's very important. It really does improve the texture of snacking on a tooth. Really strong enamel is an absolute must. You know, I'll take a low quality tooth if I have to. But to be honest, I prefer a strong tooth. It's true. Water pick and mechanical flossing. Oh my gosh, at the same time? Both of them? Gold star. You get a gold star for that one. I don't wanna. You don't wanna give me your teeth, or you don't wanna floss? You really should be flossing. It's important for gum health. And healthy gums mean healthy teeth, and healthy teeth means a happy cat wife. Radiation exposure causes teeth to fall out. Was this your plan all along? Well, I'm just helping with the teeth donation process. Radiation poisoning, slowly allowing those teeth to come out a little easier. I mean, since I don't have any anesthesia, I feel like it's a net positive for all of us if they're easy to extract. You know, an easy extraction is really what every dentist wants. You want that easy and nice recovery period that comes along with an easy extraction. You don't want a lot of trauma to the area, you know. You know how it is. Gum lines are often overlooked. Exactly. Gum lines are often overlooked. As a registered dentist, I would like to say that you have to be careful with that. You know. You have to be careful with your gum health. You make sure that your teeth are in tip-top shape for cat wife donation. Maybe for your sister? What does my sister have to do with it? You seem to really like my sister. I think you better focus on the actual cat wife in this relationship, Shadow Wraith. If not, I'll have to... Well, you know what happens once you've lost all your teeth, right? I'm afraid you'll be graduated to Gregdom. But don't worry. That'll only happen if you don't take my advice. You know I would never do anything like that to you prematurely if you didn't deserve it. Just be careful, though. It's important to make sure that you're respecting, you know, the mutual bond that we agreed on when we got married. I take marriage very seriously. You know, I was just talking about this a little bit earlier, but I really take marriage very seriously. Till death do us part and all that. Drinking water is also important for those juicy, pithy centers. True, stay hydrated. Thanks for the reminder, too. Thanks for the reminder. And you should avoid soft drinks. Also, as sad as it is, yes, it's terrible for your enamel. It's real bad for your enamel. You gotta be careful. Number 1 cause of gingivitis is lack of flossing into the gums. Exactly. You gotta make sure you're flossing at least once a day. If possible, 5 to 6 times a day. But aim for 3 times a day. You know, 5 to 6 times is really, that's going above and beyond. Really. I mean, at that point, you're hitting teacher's pet level of flossing. Once a day, twice a day, bare minimum. 3 times a day, gold star. 5 to 6 times a day? Oh my gosh, you're blowing it out of the water. It's incredible. It's very important. And make sure you're getting your allotted amount of, you know, fluoride, calcium. Make sure you're getting your other minerals too, magnesium, zinc. you know, vitamin C, all of them together. You can't have just one. The balance needs to be there. You really need to be honest, you need to focus on whole health, a holistic health outlook. You know what I mean? To make sure that you have the best quality teeth to donate to your cat wife, which is me. Which is me. I think my chat's broke. Which means that, you know, I think after everything, it's probably a good idea for us to turn in for the night. Don't you think so? Don't you think it would be a good idea to maybe go to sleep? Not that you have to go to sleep, but I think it'd be a really good idea for you to go to sleep. Not that I'm gonna do anything while you're asleep. I just think that maybe it's time for you to get some shut-eye. I mean, you did just wake up from a 2-week coma. You're probably feeling pretty tired out after all of this. 2 tours of the facility grounds. Me just yapping your ear off. But I think it might be time for you to take a little bit of a nap. Yeah. It'd probably be good for you. You've been feeling a little sleepy ever since the dizziness started? That, you know, and you need to listen to your body. You need to listen to your body. You need to make sure to listen to what your body is telling you. And if your body is telling you you need rest, well, who am I? Who am I to disagree? So you just get some shut-eye, and I'll go ahead and take those teeth that you suggested donating while you're asleep, okay? I think that this is the perfect opportunity. You get some sleep, I get some teeth. Yeah, I'm on lookout duty. I'll make sure to relieve you of any problem teeth, and I'll protect you from any dangerous experiments. You're perfectly safe with me. She's leaving us? No. You're just getting some shut-eye. That's all. Okay? Okay. Yeah, you just sleep really well. Okay? Don't even worry about anything. I'll protect you overnight, and I'll make sure to take out any teeth that you consented to losing. Okay. Good night.